Welcome back to another episode. I'm Julio with my co-host Robert Barbosa. We've been out of the scene for a couple of weeks. I know, but it is a well-deserved rest. We had a lot of stuff going on in our personal life, but we are back and we are gonna be doing our thing every day, 5:30 p.m. Let's rock with it, man. It's a lot of stuff going on. You probably seen the news. We have the Nigeria conflict. We have the EBT looting, the elections tomorrow. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff. So, Robert,
Man,
nice to
how's
see
it
you
going,
again.
Julio? I know it seems like it's been forever since I seen you, and it feels good. I missed you, brother, and I missed coming out here. But man, we're talking off camera, with the struggles, everyone's going through struggles, and this is
Yeah.
one of the stuff that we kind of knew that we were gonna go through, but just again hoping that one little hint that we wouldn't go through it, but we have, but just letting everyone know that it's gonna be okay. Just gotta trust on the Lord Jesus Christ and just let go of that will, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't let go completely because the human mind in me is like I can't do that, and
Yeah.
I guess that's why I'm probably hindering my blessing, so to say. But we're getting past through it. If you got a moment, real quick, Julio. So this is what
Yeah. Go ahead.
happened to me over this weekend, just so you know. But so Friday, when I was leaving the office, my truck started to make this. Well, no, back when I got to the office, my truck was making this noise, and right now the temperature is pretty cool, right? So the truck was making like the fan noise, like when it's kind of overheating, it's like trying to cool the engine, and so like the noise was loud, Julio. I'm like, the heck! I turned down the music. I was like, is that my fan? I looked at the temperature. It still was, you know, in the middle. So I parked it, whatever. And while I was, put it on park, it was still on, and it's supposed to cut off right away. So I just turned it off. And I said, you know what? Let me pop the hood. Let me check it out. I popped the hood. The coolant level was empty. So I was like, whoa, that's a sign of a leak, right? And then I started hearing, like, when someone's peeing, you know,
Oh,
and I hear that and I look underneath and it's like my coolant all is just going, and it's not from the radiator, it was from the engine. So what does that tell you? The water pump. So, I was like, okay, cool. So I leave the car, whatever. And Saturday, I'm going to do it. I changed the water pump, right? I put the coolant, $300 in. And mind you, right now, I'm kind of tight with Christmas
mhm.
coming on and the holidays. I'm so tight. Like my budget is like I can't spend a penny, right? And then my truck, I turn it on and it hesitates to come on. Like it almost sounds like the battery is going out. But then
Oh,
it turns on though, right? So
right.
I'm thinking I might have left the light on while I was changing the water pump, maybe left the doors, and it drained the battery, whatever, right? So I'll leave it on for an hour, test drive it for an hour at the same time, make sure that nothing's leaking or I didn't do anything wrong, and turned it off, went back in the house, and my daughter is in a debate team, so it was time to pick her up. So I get in the truck, turn it on, dead. Have a battery tester, tested it, bad. So I'm like, great. I jump started, picked up my daughter. I had to buy a battery, and batteries, bro, $260. I'm like,
And
dang.
where do you go?
AutoZone.
Ah, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I know. Go figure, right?
Costco or Sam's Club, they have like cheaper ones,
You know
but
what?
it's
Sam's
still,
Club.
it's still,
Yeah.
it's upwards 120 plus easy.
Well, because they said that the reason for that is because these smart cars nowadays they
Yeah.
require these gel type batteries. That's
Oh,
the excuse they gave me, right? But yeah, dude, the struggle is real. So I'm
the same
like,
thing.
yeah.
The same thing happened to Jerry the other day.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
he got a Ram and e-torque, whatever. It has a separate battery. So he trying to change it like obviously, you go AutoZone or you go whatever auto part, you get it tested out. And they told them like, hey, it is the battery, but it was not the actual battery itself. It was like a separate battery. But they couldn't tell him where the
Where
bat
was that?
where was that. There were no parts in AutoZone, neither O'Reilly's. It shows like restricted. So basically, you have to take it back to the dealership.
And
It
it's
is
under the seat.
it is somewhere. They didn't even tell him. $600,
Yeah, I believe it.
and I'm like, man, it is a, I would say like a racket, like a scam. Like they intentionally block certain parts, so you have to go back to the dealership and they make money out of it because they
Yeah, for
know
sure.
those battery goes bad between 3 to 6, 7 years. And I'm like, man, I need to go back to the old Jimmy, or have a Toyota Corolla from 1998. No computers, basically just the only electrical is the starter. That's it.
Yeah,
You
no,
know.
and for real, because Julio, so the Durango that I used to have, the second battery that he was talking about, it was under the
Mm.
seat, the passenger seat. And I'm sure this Cadillac has the same thing, but the water pump was from a Ford. But the Ford, I guess because I supposedly, or hold on, let me correct myself. Supposedly, like my wife always complains how I say the word, but uh, it's so how that automatic starter where you stop and it cranks up again and shuts
Yeah,
off.
the auto start.
That battery is supposedly for that, and
Mm,
but dude, it sucks. It's just
yeah, it does. And I try to, when I get in my car, my wife's car, the Yukon, I turn that off. I don't use it.
yeah, me too. I turn
That's
it
it.
off.
Yeah, I seen a lot of mechanics on YouTube telling them like, if you have a car with this feature, just turn it off because it will damage the engine over time. You know what I mean? So every time I get on the car, just turn it off and just drive it like a regular car. So it is it is better off that way sometimes. Keep it original OG. Sometimes it's just better off OG. But anyway, talking about new, like these events are going on right now in the world. We have, let's talk about Nigeria. Like we have these,
Yes.
the peace treaty between Israel and Gaza that didn't last not even a week.
Mm-mm.
Then after that, we have a wave of massive killing in Nigeria, to the point that Donald Trump tweeted and posted and talked to the president of Nigeria to do something about it, or he will intervene. And they're already drawing plans and how to tackle that issue. But the main problem with these killings that happen in Nigeria is mind-boggling.
And
It is it is concerning that a lot of people are dying. I don't care like if it's religious driven, it is just life. Horrendous pictures and videos floating in the internet about these events happening in Nigeria that it takes a toll on you when you're seeing these atrocities happening around the world, and nobody bats an eye. What I mean, I don't see these people protesting on the left. Only the right people, the people not even on the right. It's just the people with common sense actually posting and commenting and like, hey, we have to do something about this. And you and me as a regular citizens is, I mean, it is not a lot that we can do. We're not like, it's not like we driving 2 states over and take, and do something about it. We are thousands of miles away. But Donald Trump, it is Donald Trump is probably taking this very seriously, and hopefully, we either NATO or the UN send troops to fix this, or Donald Trump probably will fix it.
yeah, and what's really sad, Julio, is that a lot of this has been going on, but right now it's been rampant. And the thing is, It's anti-Christian, that they're persecuting Christians. This is what's going on. They're persecuting Christians. They're killing them. They're not doing it because they're protesting. They're not doing anything. They're just going to church, minding their business. Yeah, they're probably preaching the gospel,
Hmm.
and as annoying that might be to some people, but that's all they're doing, and that deserves them to be murdered. I don't think so. I mean, like, there's this church right here that I would like to share, that there's uh the their church was burnt down. So they're holding their after it was already burnt, and you can see it's been destroyed. This right here, it had a roof, but they're now like still praising God. And I'm just gonna play it here for a sec. We're still singing. Look at it.
We praise your name, Jesus, Lord, to protect us, to guide us, Lord, to see
So
us through.
Julio, this is why they're burning them, or the churches, and destroying them and persecuting them. I mean, it's there's more videos that are very gruesome. In fact, they're beating them, they're
Yeah, seen
burning them. There is one where there is this woman helping holding her children,
yeah,
and the
that
people.
yeah, it went viral.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
it
Oh my
went
god.
viral.
They
It breaks
murdered
my
all
heart.
of them. Yeah, dude.
It
It's
breaks
just
my heart, and that's why I will be honest with the audience here. Uh, when I saw those videos, uh, I became very upset and powerless. Like if you are a family member, if you're a family man, you have a wife, you have kids, and you put yourself in that situation. You seen these images, you seen pictures that went around. Sadly, they were hung on the tree altogether. If you don't have a heart, you probably don't feel nothing about it. But if you have kids, what will you do? You know what I mean? What will you do? And I put myself in that position when I saw the videos, and I went to the dark place, and I couldn't produce or come do live streams because I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel right. You know what I mean? Because I was upset. I was very mad that I couldn't do anything about it. I feel powerless, and it sucks. You can do nothing about it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
hopefully our president do something, and hopefully he do it fast. Because right now, as we speak, people are getting murdered, people are getting killed, displaced, and that would bring another, like, that would bring another byproduct of the war. It is displacement, refugees. You know what I mean? So more money would be thrown to fix the problem, and we don't have those. I would say, we don't have the ability as a country to keep spending money. We, so
And
hopefully
Julio,
something be done soon.
it's and for those that want to say that where your outcry was at, because this was going on, you know, all the time, while everybody was focused on Israel and Gaza, while even before that,
Yeah, but we've
okay.
been talking about it forever.
Yeah, but as long as I am just glad that we're finally addressing it. Like you said, when you watch this and you see those pictures, like what I'm just seeing right now, and we can't share this obviously for explicit reasons, but little babies being cut, and it's just like you said. If this doesn't move you at all, and you ain't got no heart, I mean, this is a fight that we should be actually pursuing, because
Right.
in Africa, in the continent in Africa, there are many countries that still hold slaves
Yeah.
today in 2025. I mean, this is outrageous. I mean,
And
how is
nobody
this?
cares.
Yeah, nobody cares. No one bats an eye. No one. In fact, where Mandani's from, Ganda, there's slaves there.
He don't care. Talking about that, moving. Let me let me get my list right here because I let me look at my thumbnail because I go by my
Yeah,
thumbnail. Let me
but
see. Yeah,
it's sad, Julio.
yeah. Well, let's talk about the government shutdown. This government shutdown has been, going on for about what, almost 3 weeks now, and the left is going crazy because they thought for some reason that Donald Trump will buckle in November 1st, which he didn't. The left, the Democrats were banking on Trump bending the knee close to the timeline on November 1st because of EBT and all that stuff. But Donald Trump didn't do anything. He just, is to his ground. And the left were saying, they probably played the card of, let's keep the government shut, whatever. Let's not negotiate because we have the election coming up. And the elections are tomorrow for New York. What is the other state that has an election? Virginia.
Yeah.
It's New
Hmm.
York and Virginia. And now we're seeing this looting, ransack of stores. But the main issue is 42 million of people receiving food assistance. Food stamp. 42 million out of 300, and I would say
It's a lot.
350 million of the populations. So it equates to like one fifth out of the whole country. That's one fifth, but that's not counting if we take the retirees out of the equation because they don't work, they don't pay payroll tax and all that stuff. I would say close to one third of the population is on food stamp.
And see that is alarming, dude.
It is. It
I
is. One
mean,
third is a lot.
it's
Like,
unacceptable. I mean, I understand, we need help. Some of us needs help. I need help. We need help. You need help. But it's just like, I mean, this wasn't meant for you to be permanently
right.
getting this. And for all the people that want Mandani and socialist, here's the thing. Look at the government shutdown now. You're gonna have this in a socialist thing. You're giving the government power to withhold things for political reasons. For example, right now, the Democrats are claiming that they're not holding it up, is the Republicans. And the Republicans are claiming, well, they are doing it because they're wanting to add stuff to this CR bill, which we're trying to do is just run a budget, the same budget that you guys did. And they're going back and forth. But guess who's suffering? The people that need this or claims that need this. Because there's out of those one third, there is people that genuinely needs this help, and a lot of them don't need help. But regardless, this is a reminder for all you that don't need this help, that love this handout. You are voting into socialist, thinking you're just going to get more of a chance to have this forever. But guess what? There's going to be many times that someone might say something that might not be in the interest of the status quo, and they're going to use you as hostages and
Right.
let you suffer. But here's the issue, Julio. If it goes socialist like New York, it's gonna not. It's gonna start like, oh, it's optional. This grocery store is this and that. But guess we forgetting to ask this question: who gets rich out of EBT?
Hmm.
Know? Once you answer that question, you find out that they're not going to want private people buying their groceries. They're going to be focused on EBT. Why? Because it's
Big
secure
corporation.
forever. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It is billions of dollars. Like, I mean, every month you have 42 million people. Let's say you give a dollar. Let's say, hypothetically, you give a dollar to Those recipients, that's $42 million.
Yeah.
That's $42 million per month. Now let's multiply that and let's make a whole number. Let's make $1,000 per recipient. Just make a whole number, make it easy. That's $420 million every month on food assistance. That would go straight to the pocket, mostly because people sell it, but mostly, I would say 80% it would go to the big corporations.
Yeah, it will. And why do you think they have that push for Coca-Colas, Dr. Pepper's in there? Uh,
It's a
you know,
systematic breakdown of the big system.
all the
We,
junk Nestle stuff.
yeah, you have to cut the head of the snake somehow. And Donald Trump and Robert Kennedy Jr. they're doing it. People don't like it, but it is on your best interest. And even though he said it, Donald Trump said it. He said it will be rough. It will be rough. And people need to understand that food stamp is not all about buying Fruit Loops, candies, Chips Ahoy, and all that stuff. It's to buy quality food. And people, and if you make the right choices, you see, if you are a food stamp recipient and you make the right choices, you can buy healthy food.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy healthy food, probably in less quantity because it's more expensive, but you can eat right. And a lot of people that I know that take food stamps, they need it because they are like disabled or something of some sort. But I guarantee you, out of the 42 million, easily 60% is able to go to work.
See, and I think every American would not be opposed that if you are certified uh, disabled,
Hmm.
handicapped, you should get food stamps. If you're a veteran who's retired or who's disabled, but you're a veteran, no one would be opposed to that. If you're in the service and you're in food stamps, no one would be opposed to that. What we
Hmm.
are opposed is for the generation. You know how everyone critiques generational wealth?
Right.
Well, I'm critiquing generational food stamps because there
Mm.
is those that I know personally that have been their grandma was in food stamps, their mother's been in food stamps, now they're in food stamps, and now it seems like they're going to continue the cycle because they're not doing anything to they're why would they better themselves? That's why they'll do something on the side so it won't be generated. And that's what they use to buy these Mercedes Benz and all
Right.
these other stuff that you see. Like there was one time at Walmart, dude. This was probably like in 2015, but dude, I was in the grocery store, and I seen this person just like all this food and stuff, and I looked at them. I didn't want to think anything of it, but then I seen he paid the EBT card, and there was
Hmm.
some other stuff that he had to get. He pulls out a wallet full of cash, a bunch of 20s and hundreds, and then he pays like he's trying to find like $15, and then he pays $15, and that's a flex. He's showing that, right? I got mad, kept it to myself, didn't say anything. Talking to my wife. They were leaving. Our turn to pay. Boom, we paid. And you know me. So I'm like, man, damn, that's so freaking messed up. We're over here, this and that. Anyways, I get to the side. They were in the handicap thing in an Escalade at the time, brand new one. And I'm just like, bro,
That's and adding to more adding salt to the insult,
yeah.
adding Section 8 on it too.
Yeah, I know.
And they get subsidized internet, subsidized mm, mobile communication. Cell phones. They get subsidized for that, and subsidized for all the bills. Sometimes they pay like $25 fixed on electricity, and the government pay the rest. So imagine that you have to pay out of pocket, let's say $250, $200 a month, and you living in a nice house, nice neighborhood. You're getting food stamps, you're getting all the stuff basically for free. you probably get, man, if you get section A, most likely you get full stamps because that's like, it goes, goes
It goes
together.
internet. Yeah.
So just imagine every month a family get between 33,000 to $4,000 every month. That's ridiculous for
Yeah.
doing nothing.
Nothing. I know. And then, so I would be.
No wonder why they mad.
And here's the thing: as much as I want us to keep winning, and as much as I want, uh, my way or the highway thing, but
Mhm.
honestly, as a true conservative, I'm okay with having opinions, and I don't mean to change the subject, but I'm gonna say openly, I disagree with Donald Trump with him wanting to get rid of the filibuster because because of this a lot of people and even Trump voiced that we should get rid of the filibuster so that way he can pass, which even though we will benefit out of it because I'm sure he's going to put stuff he won't need the Democrats at all and he'll pass every bill. We would pass every bill that would be a dream come true, but I'm opposed to it because one day the coin will flip, and what will
Right.
wind up happening is they'll do the same. They'll retake everything out and do this. Having the filibuster makes that difficult for them.
Yeah.
Now, Trump's strategy made sense. They're gonna do it. It's just a matter of time. Might as well do it now because, and the reason why he's saying that is because we're in a situation. There's no other Donald Trump. He's not going for the third term. Even if he wanted to and he found a way, he doesn't really want to, though. He's tired. He's 80 some years old, or he's going to be 80, right?
Right.
But um, there's no other person that's like that. I mean, JD Vance is strong, but it's not guaranteed. It's not
No.
like a Trump movement. And so what happens if they get elected again because they have gerrymandered so much that we're still like one vote away. And so I get what he's saying because if they get in power they can just do away with it, and guess what, now they're going to pass all their laws, and then it's going to be almost impossible for us to do something. So when we think about it, it makes sense. And Donald Trump is strategic, so he's probably thinking of all those scenarios, and he probably concludes that getting rid of it now while we can do these changes and implement these laws to help the American people stop suffering. But man, it's just
Yeah.
going
It's a tough.
against what we believe.
Yeah, it's a tough road. So yeah, I know. Yeah, Marlene got a good point. Let me post it there. Certain people think it is a flex that they cheat the system. Shake my head again. It is the ignorance. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, so we seen that every day. I've seen it. I mean, you go to Costco, you go to Walmart, whatever. You've seen two, three cards full, but when it's time you to pay, and you don't rely on full stamps or none of that. You spend $700, $800 in the grocery.
Easily.
You know what I mean? And like my wife, I was doing something yesterday in Conroe, and on my way back, my wife texted me like, "Hey, pick up the groceries real quick if you on the way," which I was. So I stopped at our local supermarket, and I picked up the food and all the stuff. And when I check on the phone, and $480, and I look back at my car to see how many bags do I have. I would say about 13 bags. I'm like, damn,
No, I know.
that's, I mean, that's crazy. And I remember back in 2016, 17, you spend $500. That's a whole month of groceries. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
I know, dude. It's just so, oh man, it's
And
it's
that's
it's
that's our next topic. Food prices. How, the economic, food prices on beef double since 2019. The prices of eggs double, daily. All the stuff double. I think the only price is still kind of the same is, I will say, the milk kind of remain the same in some sort, and but everything else went up sometimes 25 to like 75%, you know, on price, like bread, rice, all the stuff. But still expensive though. When you put them all together and you do 300, $400 grocery, purchase, that's just a few bags. It's not a lot. It's enough to get you by for, excuse me, I would say a week or two, but that's it. I mean, you have to back to the store. You heading back to the store, you spend 400, 800, whatever case may be,
bro.
if you can. If you have a family of 4 or 5, definitely you would be paying over $1,000 a month on groceries. Easy,
Yeah, no, for sure.
easy. It's not,
I,
and,
I
and, and you
think,
get probably like
man.
2 steaks because beef is expensive.
Well, yeah, and see, that's what that's what we were just discussing that with my wife, that because of all this tightness that we're discussing, that
Right.
we're being tight with our budget. I'm like, man, you need to cut down on some groceries, and she's like, I am cutting down. This is and I'm like, man,
Yeah.
and so I go with her. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make sure, and sure
Still,
enough, like just like you said, yeah, it's just, and so she's like, so I'm not getting this, and I'm like, yeah, we have to get it. It's like, bro, it's just
there is no
like,
other
can you
choice,
imagine?
and that is
Yeah, it's just
that is the price that we have to pay nowadays. And I have a feeling that in 2026, 2027, it will be far worse. It seems like it's going to be far worse. And as far as preparedness, and I encourage a lot of people to do it. Start preparing for the worst, just in case. I'd rather to be. I mean, sometimes I'd rather to be wrong and prepared than being right and not prepared. So,
and see, but see, that's how we should live, Julio,
right,
like that. What you just said, we shouldn't be thinking that it's never gonna have a rainy day. We need to be prepared, like you said, be prepared. And man, that is beautiful that you just said, because it's like we that's how we should live. We should be like saving. But the problem is, it's like, how do we save when we can't even save?
yeah,
You know?
it is
And
bad. It is bad. And what I encourage a lot of people to do, if you have a friend or family or yourself, you have a Costco or Sam's Club, and you have the ability to buy in bulk, do it. Do it now. Uh, go to Amazon, get some Mylar bags, those resealable bags, and get you buy rice. For 20 pounds, 40 pounds bag of rice, and seal it, and just drop this little oxygen, little whatever absorbers, and just drop it there, seal it. Those little bags of rice can last like 10 to 15 years, easy.
yeah, and especially if you put it in the fridge. We just found out you can put it in the
Yeah,
fridge.
you can grab the bread, buy a lot of bread. You can put them in the fridge. You can frozen the bread and last a little bit longer. It lasts you 2 3 months instead of like leaving it outside. It probably get moldy in a week or two. But that's what we do. You have to find creative ways to preserve and prolong the shelf life of your food, so you can kind of save money that way, but also have a menu. That's what I tell a lot of people. Have a menu prepared. If you are kind of on the, trying to save money, develop a menu, buy what you need, and stick to that menu. It will minimize the waste and maximize your money. You use everything that you need, and you can buy more, but you don't, you stop the wasting. And we do that a lot here. We trying to kind of like what we would like to eat during the week, and we kind of trying to stick to it to save money and minimize waste. And we have minimized waste a lot. So that is the key. When you minimize the waste, you can maximize, the your food, and you save money in the long run. So I highly encourage a lot of people buy in bulk, dry food, save it, seal it, put it away, and kind of have rice. I have rice for days. I have about 55 pounds of rice, saved up just in case. You can, with rice and food cans, like chicken in cans can last 10 years easy. So
And the thing is, you can never go with rice. Rice works everywhere.
I know.
Works if you're trying to make an Asian cuisine, if you're trying to make a Hispanic cuisine, if you're trying to make some arroz con pollo,
Right.
if you're trying to, shoot, man,
My
it's
favorite
rice.
plate, like now, if you were talking about food, like my favorite getting by struggle food, I would call it struggle food. It is white rice, fried egg, and spam.
No,
Hell yeah,
no,
I love that.
dude. Okay, it's close to mine. Mine is just regular white
Yeah.
rice, boiled eggs with soy sauce.
Oh, never tried that. I would
Know
try it
why?
though.
I don't know why, but that's my stuff. But the spam, I like your thinking. I
Yeah.
do.
I mean, you have like you got your carbohydrates with the rice. You
Yeah,
get your protein with your eggs, and you got your salty protein with the. Even though it's highly processed spam, it's highly processed
correct.
food, but it will get you by. You get two sources of protein with the fat and the carbohydrates with the rice. That's I would say that the struggle menu. And my girls love it, and I love it too. I say, hey, there is white rice, eggs, and spam, and they're like, let's
Yeah,
go.
dude. Some I don't know. Something with me with the boiled egg, with the white rice. I love it.
I
I
love it.
my wife is like, "You're so weird," but I do. Like I would prefer it. But yeah, it is a struggle meal. So
Hey, you could get your buy. You could do. I mean, like, let's say like you have a dozen of eggs, one little can of spam, and you have 1 pound of rice. You could feed up to like 6 to 8 people if you do it
mhm.
right. So you could get by with basically like a pound and a half of food every day. You could get by.
But so with that being said, everyone that's struggling out there, I'm so sorry that you're going through this. Military groups, I appreciate all you guys what you're doing, and we're all struggling. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm struggling bad, but we're gotta trust the Lord. He always pulls through. The moment you think you're not gonna make it or whatever, something always happens, and you think that's just a coincidence or whatever. No, that's God watching out for you. And I pray that everyone turns their thoughts into prayer and ask for His counsel. And sometimes it's not easy. It's not it's hard. But let us know in the comments what is y'all's favorite food when you're like struggling. You know, I mean,
Hey,
did you hear about this one thing what they do with the Roman noodles and they kind of make it like birria or something? Like, I want to try that.
really?
Yeah,
Hmm,
it just seems.
I know. And that's I like spam. Spam go with everything. Like egg spam. You can have a sandwich with spam and eggs. That's a killer. You can have uh egg sandwich with bacon. That's another favorite one that I like. Um, those little can of shea warrior D's
Oh yeah, yeah,
with rice. Oh,
with
that.
rice.
Oh yeah, that I like that. That's one of my I would say hurricane struggle food. Like in Puerto Rico, I used to have a can, and my brother and I would split the can, half and half with rice. Man, that was a killer right there.
Okay, so speaking about struggle food, we had, I want to say Saturday night, we had my wife made this meal that was a struggle food growing up. I used to hate this, Julio. I used to hate it with a passion. Every time my mom would make it, I would hate it, dude. It was it's a soup. It's called fideo. We call it fideo. They have
Right.
these little concha things that look like seashells, but they're like pasta, and it's like a soup, and they put like you then you put on the side with you can do this, a fried tortilla, almost look like a uh Julio Barrios ramen with the toast bread with cheese. Yes,
Oh yeah, you
yes,
cannot go wrong, man. Hey,
yeah,
I like to put eggs on everything. So you put egg on top of that and you boiled it. Man, that's good food too.
yeah,
That's a good
for
one.
real.
I would
That
try
is a
that
good
one.
one.
I
Yeah,
would try that
I
one.
am gonna try that one too. But yeah, I used to hate fidel, and my wife made that, and then
Right.
I'm like, man, I'm eating it, and I miss it. It's crazy. You miss those type of meals. You don't realize until you have it, and then here we go. I'm eating the whole thing and asking for seconds, and I ate the one that my daughter didn't want to eat. So, but it's just it's very comforting to know that, like Julio said, ramen with toast bread with cheese. That I'm
Another food that I do a lot is um leftover white rice.
okay.
Like I do intentionally, I do more than we eat, so I save half of it, and the next day I put them in the fridge, and the next day, break it out. And what I like to do, we have these wok pans,
Oh, the walk. Yeah,
the wok, yeah. So I put a little bit of oil, a little bit of butter, and 3 or 4 eggs, and I take the spam, cut it like dice it like little dice cubes, throw it in there. I grab ham, throw it in there, and I just stir fry it first with a little bit of soy sauce, and just stir
yeah,
fry until they cook, and then add the rice, a little bit of butter and more soy sauce, and I make like a Chinese type of rice.
yeah. Crazy
Bro,
fried rice. Yep,
fried rice,
that's.
and my girls love it. And once it's done, I do sometimes I do hot wings on the side.
Ooh.
I could drop an egg or more spam on the side. They could eat that. Man, they love it. So sometimes we buy those little boxes of orange chicken.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. On the
Yeah,
frozen aisle ones, I
yeah,
forgot what
yeah,
they're.
yeah.
Man, I know what you're
I
talking
use
about.
I do that. Sometimes I buy those little boxes with the dumplings, and I just stir fry the dumplings in butter. Man, my girls love that. That's good food. You get you buy. You don't spend a lot of money. So that's one thing I like to do. You know. So
Was the other thing, because I'm seeing Julio here, and he's gonna remember this because I grew up with this guy, and he's shout out to Julio. He's a cool cat. Um, but we used to put like we used to eat tortillas with bolognas. I
ah
mean you know what I mean, like just
yeah,
eat it like that. We just would find anything to eat, but man, it's the struggle was real, for
yeah.
sure.
I mean, I guess we hate it at the moment because we knew we were struggling, but now that you grew up, you kind of like you were saying, like you kind of miss those type of food. I mean, you missed it. You miss those times, and you want to go back to it, and bring good memories. So if you out there, just let us know what kind of struggle food do you like the most. What kind of bring back memories from the past.
Okay,
So
yeah. Okay, here's one. I never
here we go.
tried it. Okay, Julio, but you're gonna laugh. Get a toast, put some cheese, put some you put marinade sauce, cheese, and
Ah,
pepperonis, and you
yeah,
toast it. And then that's not DiGiorno, that's the struggle.
with struggle pizza. Yeah, yeah. My mom used to
Times
do that too.
weird stuff. Yeah, weird tough. Yeah. Times were tough for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
those times. But there were good times. Now we don't remember. We like those times. And I used to love those little sandwich, like meatball sandwich.
oh yeah. Yeah, I know
Meatball,
what you're
oh
talking about.
man,
Yeah.
like that stuff. So
But hey,
also,
one thing that changed the game up was Hot Pockets. I tell you
oh,
what.
I remember. Do you remember when the hot pockets came up to the scene? They were like people were buying that like crazy. Hot pockets they were flying off the shelf. Favorite struggle food was bologna tortilla rolled up. Oh yeah,
Now it's more
yeah.
like
Now
a
it's more
snack.
than a snack.
That's true because we're all fatties. But yeah, that was And then you fry that bologna to where like it's crispy. Oh
Oh
man,
yeah.
bro, that's good.
You make me hungry already.
I know.
Already.
The
That
other
was a good burger food right there.
the other thing too, tuna. I mean, I don't know for all these people that don't
Oh
eat, but
yeah.
tuna, man, mayonnaise, mix in mayonnaise, and
And put a
um,
little tomatoes, some onions on it.
yeah,
Oh my god, you could go for it. I could go with tuna. Tuna is a good food though. It will fill you up. Like you have like two sandwiches. Like for me, it takes two sandwiches to fill me up. But my daughter, she love it. She eat two sandwiches like nothing.
dude. And you, if you put tuna with cheese, have you tried that? And then,
No, I
man,
have
it's
not.
good, dude.
Yeah.
Mm, I
Damn,
love tuna with cheese.
I will try that next time. Another,
But
another. Now we're talking about food. Another food that I
I
like to
know
do. The other food that I like to do here at the house is chicken waffles. I love chicken waffles.
I love chicken waffles too. My wife thinks that's weird. It's
You know,
like
I love chicken waffle,
syrup,
and
but
and
I
I
love
found a
chicken waffles.
recipe for a kind of spicy honey.
Ooh,
The syrup.
my lingo.
Oh man, I got that recipe legit.
Hey, why does people give waffles a bad rap? Like
I don't know.
everybody loves pancakes.
I like
I like
everything, but
waffles.
I like waffles. I like to do it. I have a waffle machine, so sometimes I do like a little batter, little batch, and I could do like 8 waffles like in no time.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah, that's a good
I like.
breakfast, man. Waffles with little powdered sugar on top. You put a couple banana slices or
Oh,
strawberries.
dude, that's another good too. Banana with peanut butter and banana. I mean, toast with peanut butter and banana slices. Yeah. If my wife's watching this, I would like that for my midnight snack. But
There's a lot of food out there that we need to back. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's a classic.
yeah,
That's
for
a
sure.
Yeah, I know. So, hey, tomorrow, now we are. I really appreciate you guys watching, but tomorrow we'll be probably going live again, most likely. And if they haven't finished the counting of the votes tomorrow, we'll be transmitting, we'll be covering that live tomorrow afternoon of the New York votes. Hopefully, I don't know. It's gonna be it is tough right now. It's close on the polls. Um, hopefully Mandani lose, but if he wins, He probably he probably will win in a short, very short margin. So I don't know. Let's see
If
what's
if
happening
if
tomorrow.
if he
Let's find
wins,
out.
just prepare to have new neighbors. You know.
Yeah, that's a good point, Robert. If he wins, put your house in, if you selling your house, you better bet that he wins because somebody from New York will buy your house here in Texas.
That's true. That is so true.
Since the
So
market
you could.
slowed down a lot. Now covering this in the last 5 minutes, we're gonna talk about real estate. We are sitting over in like inventory is too high here in Texas. It's crazy. We have too many houses, not too many buyers. So if you're buying a house right now, this is your time because they're doing massive discounts on houses right
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
Massive.
Yeah.
So if you are in the market to purchase a home here in Texas, if you're hearing this, I guess in the next, I would say 6 months to a year, it is your time. Because I mean, I've seen like mark down 100,000, 80,000 down, which is crazy in this today's day. But they doing a lot. I mean, they will give you everything in the sky and below because they will give you a 3.99% interest. They will give you like 50 to $100,000 discount. They will give you the closing cost. They will give you everything. So if you're looking to buy a
Where
home,
was where was that when I got to this house, man? I'm
I
just
know.
saying.
Yeah, I know. So if you're looking to buy a house or home here in Texas, or Florida, this is your time to purchase a home. Or wait a little bit longer to the end of the year because there will be massive discounts. And I've already seen it. I get emails and I see in the market now here in Texas, and it is massive discounts. I saw one the other day here close by. I think it was Montgomery County. It was Montgomery or Conroe. They were doing this. It's a subdivision, and they were discounting $120,000 discount on the property. From
Wow.
620, they drop it down to like 499, 495, something like that. It's ridiculous discount. Plus, they gave you the closing cost. Plus, they give you a lot of goodies. They install a generator to your house, like a whole house, whole home
See,
generator, like everything. They give you everything.
just
So I'm like,
incentives after incentives.
yeah, it is
Uh,
like this is if you're looking to buy a home, this is the time to do it. Because once we go into getting close to tax season, then they're gonna hold back. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Oh, yeah. And that's when we're gonna start seeing a huge wave of people buying houses,
Yeah.
and and especially if a lot of New Yorkers decide to leave, man, it's gonna be crazy.
Wave coming to Texas. It's gonna be crazy. So guys and gals, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Robert, good to see you again. I see you tomorrow. And for those who are watching, really thank you for your presence here with us today. And tomorrow, don't forget to tune in at 5:30 Central Time. And now yeah, we are 1 hour behind in East Time. So instead of 2 hours. It's 2 hours behind now in East Time.
It's an hour. So
Mm,
East is an
it's an
hour
hour, right?
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Mountain
Yeah.
Time's an hour behind us,
Five,
and
oh,
then
wow.
California's two.
Two
Yep.
hours.
But
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
So
guys.
5:30 Central Time. Don't miss it. It's gonna be a crazy day tomorrow. Full of news, man. It's gonna be crazy. All right.
Well,
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. God bless you. Take care. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.